I'm Elsie.
And I'm Debbie.
And we're two sisters Southern cooking.
All good recipes have to start somewhere, and ours started in our herb garden. So we have chives in the herb garden on Elsie's porch, and we also have thyme there and rosemary. And this recipe was on the back of Southern Biscuit recipe for cheddar drop biscuits, and it had a garlic butter recipe attached to it. So it said fresh chives, so we went out and got some fresh chives, brought it back in and added it into our garlic butter mixture. Oh my gosh, it was divine. But we ended up taking this inspired recipe to our level because they have a certain amount of cheddar cheese that they add to the recipe, but we amped it up and added more. So the recipe was totally delicious. It will blow your mind how good it was. And it's so simple. Even people who don't normally make buttermilk biscuits can make these biscuits, and they're just great.
We are making our garlic butter for our cheddar biscuits.
We are using Southern Biscuit's recipe on the back of their packaging. So Southern Biscuit has this pre-made packaging for their biscuit mix, and you just add buttermilk and whatever other seasonings
Variations.
or whatever. And so we are doing it with, we're going to call it like a cheddar drop biscuit. I think that's what that Southern Biscuit was calling it. So we're going to go ahead and do their version of it so you can have it. It's going to be so good.
So we have melted butter here, and we have chives, we have salt, pepper, and garlic powder, I believe is what all the seasonings were.
And Elsie just chopped up the chives fresh off of the plant, so it's going to be nice and fresh. So.
All right, so I just poured them in, and this is going to get brushed on. Are you going to do it after they're baked?
After
They're baked?
Yes.
So it's gonna be yummy.
Look at that. Gonna be so good, y'all. All right, we'll be back when we're ready to put it on their biscuits, and it's gonna be so good. So stay tuned. So we enjoy Southern Biscuit mix so much that we decided we were going to make it again tonight. Now we have made the regular Southern Biscuit recipe before with their mix.
Yeah, a ton of times.
Yeah, we go through bags of them, so because we love them. So this here is going to be the cheddar drop biscuits. So it's pretty simple. You're just taking their pre-made mix that's in here. Now this company is out of North Carolina, so they know what it's like to make some good, delicious Southern biscuits, and they have a good reputation to stand by. So,
so why did you have two different things?
The reason is because I messed up. Instead of getting a 3 1/4 cup, I ended up with
a 2 cup measure. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that it was my bad.
I thought this is what flowers.
This is what happens when you get older and you get distracted. I was actually going to do the buttermilk, and the buttermilk kind of got put aside, and then I started pouring the biscuit mix into there, and I was like, oh crap, I need 2. So that's why I ended up, oh my gosh, I love the smell of buttermilk. I don't like to drink it. I like it in biscuits though.
And another thing is it called for a 1/4 cup
yes
of cheese, and we have very coarse cheese, and I said that instead of finely grated cheese, which would spread evenly throughout more of the batter, this coarse cheese wouldn't go very far, so I doubled it. I did a 1/2 cup
so
instead of a 1/4 cup.
As we always do, we always make it our own way anyway, so we always put what we like in it. So
yeah, so I figured a 1/2 cup would spread evenly throughout the mix better, because it's not a finely shredded cheese,
and it's going to make them so cheesy. It's going to be delicious. Now these are not going to be cut out. These are not going to be folded. We're going to take them and put them in like we probably should get a tablespoon or one of the ice cream scoops.
Okay.
And put them in on our little parchment lined skillet here. Now we have something specifically.
You want one of these, or you want an actual ice cream scoop?
Ice cream scoop is great. So what we have here is we do have like a little skillet that you would like fry like your pancakes or whatever. We use it for our biscuits. So, and I'm going to go ahead. Do not overwork this batter. You're going to work it just enough. It's going to be shaggy and it's going to be wet. That's what you want. I put in 1.5 cups of buttermilk. That's another thing that Elsie and I go through a lot. We go through a lot of heavy whipping cream and we go through a lot of buttermilk. If you don't have buttermilk and you want to make it, you take a cup of regular whole milk and 1 teaspoon of vinegar. Let it sit for 5 minutes together, and then you will be able to have your own made buttermilk. So I don't want to overwork this. We just want to make sure we don't have any stragglers in the bottom. We have a few. And this is going to go in the oven. And we will tell you in the description box how long we're going to bake it for. So,
Actually, I will go get your oven preheated.
awesome. All right. And we were going to go ahead. This should make
450, 10 to 12 minutes.
This should make about 10 to 12 biscuits. So we'll see. And of course it already has all its leavening agents in it. You have all of your like baking soda, baking powder, anything that is extra that is required to help it rise. It's already in this mix, so you don't have to do that. And it also has lard in it. It does not have butter in it, which is pretty awesome because lard makes a biscuit, okay? We love a good Southern biscuit. All right, so we're gonna come over here.
So we are going to bake these 10 to 12 minutes at 450 degrees.
And the higher the temp is, the better the sear on top of the biscuit, because your biscuits are going to be tender inside, but they're not going to be cooked. So they'll be tender inside and a little crispy on the outside. That's the reason for your higher temp for your biscuits. It just makes life so much easier if you do have like an ice cream scoop. That's another thing we need to make soon. We need to make some ice cream. It's summertime, guys.
Take your timer. 15 minutes. 7 minutes.
We so need to make. We need to make ice cream soon.
Yeah.
It is that time of the year to make ice cream. I don't know. So we might have more than what we bargained for. How many more do you think we can do?
See if you can get at least 2 to 3 more in the center there.
I had a few stragglers of the flour sitting on top of the scoop, so I tried to marry it in. I might be able to get 3 more in there. Get these two.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so we have some extra flour in there. Don't worry about it. You don't have to do anything extra with that. How many do we end up getting? 8 and 9, 10, 11, 12. So we got 12 biscuits out of this. So we're gonna go ahead and pop this in the oven, and we will show you what it looks like when we get ready to put our garlic butter on top. It's gonna be good, y'all. We'll be back. Hey y'all, so it is time to put our garlic butter onto our drop cheddar biscuits. Oh my God. Are these not beautiful or what? I'm just gonna put this, oh, that just looks so good. Just put this here. I let this thicken up because I think when you do that, the melting effect that it has on your biscuits like that, when you just put it right on there and just let it, just the heat from the biscuit melts it. Oh, it's just so good. So we ended up with 12 of these biscuits. And I left them in the oven for how many minutes, Elsie? 15?
Yeah.
So we ended up leaving them in there a little bit longer at 450. So you're basically going to look at your biscuits, make sure that your biscuits are actually done, and you can push on the top of them. They're going to be crispy on the outside, but they're going to be nice and tender on the inside. And let me tell you, this is going to be a good biscuit. Oh my goodness. And see these little areas here? That right there is chives. That's what Elsie cut off the little plant out there, and we put it into our garlic butter. And we're going to go ahead and serve these up. You guys have a wonderful night, and God bless, and we'll see you in our next video.
I'm Elsie.
And I'm Debbie, and we're Two Sisters Southern Cooking. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you.